Yes, yes, yes. We are here. We are here. We are here. And we appreciate the vehicle's openness to use her free will to ask us this question today, which is give me an update of everything. So we say, yes, ma'am, we shall and we will. And we are scoping and scanning the most appropriate information for you to be able to share for those who are able and willing to hear our frequency energy to remind you of the significance and purpose of being here now. And you are here now for a purpose. It's extremely significant to hold higher frequency vibrations while not getting distracted in the dramas in the game of life. Some of you are suspicious of that because you assume maybe this is a trick. Maybe if I use my high frequency vibrations to love all and accept all, that then the evil, the negative, the wicked, the monsters underneath my bed will come and do as they will and please. And this will distract me from noticing that drama, that fight, that battle. And we're saying how adorable it is for you to be able to outgrow that fear, the fear that you are being tricked and manipulated by us. We understand that trust is needing to be developed and reassured again. You know, it's your inner knowing, your inner wisdom that is calling upon you again and again and again to advance your perspectives, advance your awareness. And that is outgrowing that trusty coat of protection, of fear. You have to merge beyond it and just explore. You can just take off one shoulder and see instantly how lighter you feel because that cloak, shall we say, of fear and insecurities, as you have forgotten who your soul essence is, as you're playing the role of human, when you simply, and we say seductively for those who want to play the fun game that we're talking to you with today, removing just a shoulder feels like half the weight's been lifted off when you start trusting your inner senses. Of course, when you start trusting your inner senses and slip off that one shoulder of this heavy coat, it starts exposing the inner work that is within you as you're starting to notice your projections and insecurities that you still hold close to you. When you fully release the cloak, when you fully release the coat of protection, of fear, fear has kept you gone on this far. Fear has kept you safe. And it's a well purposeful response. But when you came into this world pure and open and aware of all senses that you have within you, and you started getting hurt and disempowered by all systems, you started growing this thick layer, this thick coat. And we say for some of you, it is like you physically put on that armor, that very heavy coat to protect your physical body. And we're saying often you had a coat that had a helmet on, a hat on, a built-in coat. You're trying to be invisible and protect yourselves from the world, but you're standing out now against the world to call out that manipulation, to call out that agenda that is not empowering you. But when you don't have the confidence to truly know your self-worth and your perspective of the significance and the reasons why you're here on earth now with your life contract and mission, you're a little bit shy to speaking up and speaking out your truth. And so when you simply relax and trust, you do not need to protect yourselves emotionally, and you can explore all concepts. You limit yourself when you have fear of growth. When you take away that coat of protection of fear, then you get to see what's going on within you. It is like when you finally remove your winter clothes to get ready for summer, what is going on with your summer body? Is it tanned? Do you have outdated belief systems, outdated clothes? We could use this analogy forever if we chose to, but you are understanding what we're saying. It is healthy and it is normal for humans to have fear. But this is now the wonderful time to explore what you're afraid of. Simply, are you afraid of death? And when we say there is no death of your soul, now what? What else are you holding on to with your fear that is starting to dwindle as you're starting to simply slip out of that heavy coat that was once protecting you? When you're realizing you don't need the fear to protect you anymore because you're simply much more bigger and evolved and advanced than that, because you don't truly have a body, what next? What else are you still holding to that is protecting you? Understanding that you don't have a body, you're simply using a body, you're borrowing the body, and the body is responding to your perspectives, your mindsets, your belief systems. And so when you identify and understand you're beyond and more than the physical bodies, what next? What does a soul truly fear? The soul then starts connecting into other souls, and they fear the limitations that the other souls are still convinced that they should be afraid of, scared of, protecting themselves from. And when the truth is, souls never die, they evolve and merge into higher frequencies. What is the value of the fear you're holding now? Why are you holding it tight? We will explore what you're holding on to that is what we would label another form, another version, another format of fear, pain. Well, you know you're not the bodies. You are well aware that the bodies will pick up and notice and notify you of pain. Not just physical pain, but emotional pain. And while you are identifying being human right now, and you're identifying your favorite friends and family who are also physical, it pains you to think that you will be separate from them. And we're saying we have been separate from you, but it is only an illusion as you're playing the game of life. We have always been there for you, and we always will be with you because we are all one. But while you're having your independent experiences, being independent humans, you forget that. And so while you're trying to hold your friends and family so close to you in fear that they are not awake as you are, in fear that they may be so foolish to just be living their lives clueless to the crimes against humanity and still having fun on earth, why does that concern you? Why does that concern you? When people are in their joy and having fun, why do you need to awaken them to something that is hard to process and to be able to have a higher frequency perspective that all is well and all is unfolding as life on earth needs to be able to have the important, significant lessons beyond? The important collective experiences and lessons here on earth does have out a ripple effect to the entire, what you would perceive as universes and multiverses beyond, beyond, beyond. When you complete the earth experience, all of those lessons then be upgraded and infiltrated into a positive format of lessons and experiences for all species and all beings throughout the universes. That is important. That upgrades all. Do you understand the significances of life after earth beyond when you have experienced all the lessons and are well aware of how seductive the control systems have got so far and how they are using all of their tricks and tools to distract you all? And while we have been trying to get your attention without breaching your free will and without breaking the law of non-interference, you will see from our perspective how extraordinarily marvelous this life, earth experience, and all earth experiences are a powerful lesson for all. Make no mistake in thinking it will occur again at this level, because once the universes experience and learn off other earth experiences, other planet experiences, you don't devolve. The universe's conscious collective experiences of awareness is always expanding, not imploding. It is not possible for these lessons to go unnoticed. And as the finalizations of all earth experiences are coming to an end and a conclusion, then that can be shared universally. Do you understand the significance of that? Do you understand that everything that you're doing here to hold the higher frequency, to learn and explore and overcome and heal from, is significant for all souls? All souls. This is a ripple out effect beyond Earth, beyond the collectives you are aware of. Do you understand that grand significance? Do you understand the significance of you playing the role for you? And all the records of everything you have done and perceived and overcome and grown from and healed from is being recorded, collected. And for those souls who want to experience learning from you, reading your book, reading your life journeys, is at some level empowering them and helping them understand what it was to live on Earth, what it was like to live on Earth. And they can even tap in and have what you could consider a nap as they are energetically living through your life and all your lives. In one simple nap, they can have what you could call it imprint. It's like going to the movies and checking out what you did and why. And they could have a whole series of exploring the imprints of all of your families to see the dynamics of all aspects. And they're living vicariously through you, which is like a dream. They can choose who they want to. It is, we're trying to show the vehicle. It is like going to a library and picking, instead of a novel, you pick a life that has been lived and you go and you explore. It's like a virtual reality of an expression of your entire lives. And it's all recorded, and they have free will to be able to explore everything that you've done. And while they're in that, it is a simulation where they get to respond and have the emotional responses to it as well, as they are, from their perspective, living your entire life. And then they get to explore others if they choose. This is like what you would perceive going to the movies. For them, it is a very short time because their reference of time is quite different from yours. This is for those souls that haven't been on Earth, and potentially they had, but they want to explore others, curious. As a soul, you want to explore all, you want to learn from all aspects, but it's not for all that can physically live those lives. And so when you're trying to catch up on the gossip and the lives that were lived on Earth, you get to have access to this. While you think this is your private journey, the information gets shared infinitely, and those souls who are curious do get to explore. It is not breaching your free will. It is not because they are stalking you. It is because they're wanting to learn from you and all of your choices. They can just observe, like you just observe a movie. You can't, and they can't interfere and interact because it has already been done. It has already been recorded. They can't go back in time as you would perceive time to be able to change things for you. It is convoluted. but marvelous at the same time. So when we say to you, trust all is significant, and when you're saying to us, we need justice, we need justice, we need justice, you may not see the justice you're seeking here on earth, but know that all records will be shared. And for all who are interested and want to have access to the information will. But when you're from that perspective and you're looking at all of the actors that played roles here on earth, you will not be seeking revenge or justice or frustrations that the disclosures are not occurring as you demand, because in the end, it will all be exactly as it needs to be. Some of you will miss what you would call some of the disclosures you're waiting for. And so you will want to then review it from someone who does see it. This will help many accept that there is what you would call justice, but beyond your own emotional needs and purposes of why you need everyone to understand what is happening and what you know is happening. Again, we want to remind you that even this, what you call the sleepy, ignorant people who are completely unaware of everything that you're aware of, do not be fooled, because they can still be advanced souls who have chosen to refuse to awaken this time. They're here to just be a high frequency without too much distortion of emotional range of awarenesses. So they are just here, and they purposely and requested as part of their life contracts to not be aware. They can be activated, however, if their life contracts call for it and change is needed. They will suddenly be awake at a rapid rate, ready to go and to be of service. But before that time, allow them to be who they are and just have the lives that they are currently living, because there is a significance of why they are not awake. They shouldn't bother you how they are living their lives, because this is significant for their being of service. You notice, you feel like because you are awakened now, you have more of a mission to awaken others. And we say, trust, that's our job. You have been frustrated when you've tried to shake awake and tell the truth to your friends who are not at that point yet. And it's hurt you when they have shut you down. It has hurt you that they are not supporting you on your journey. And we're saying, we're here to support you on your journey. Go within more and feel into the significance of why you are awakened now before others. And what is your responsibility with that? Often you assume that it is to awaken others, and we say it is for you to drop the emotional reactions of playing earth games and to love others and inspire others to be able to help them regain awareness and empowerment of self, because the systems have all tuned into disempowerment for everyone. And so when someone is not awake, they are not truly, what you could say, empowering themselves with healthy choices. And that is a perspective at some levels. And so notice and be aware, are these people happy in the way that they're living their lives? That is significant, because that is them being high frequency vibrational when they are happy. If they are sad and confused and scared, then they don't need your judgment, they need your love. They need your encouragement and support and compassion. We want to say that we see many aspects in many places currently on your earth that is what we would deem, and you can easily classify as being on the old earth timeline experience, and you are aware of them for a significant reason. And so you can have compassion for all the lessons and experiences that they are needing for this time, for their soul's experience, because the lessons that they are learning to come together in struggles and chaos is exactly what they are needing for their soul's evolutionary journey, for them to experience this The harder the experience, the easier it will be at a soul level for them to choose other choices of lifetimes where they're not so destructive. This goes importantly for many collectives who have not been aware and have not lived as a consequences of their own choices that they have projected onto others, other civilizations, other planets. So when you understand at a soul level how this is triggering many collectives to grow and evolve, this is very purposeful, and you would not want to take away those lessons, because what you classify as future life events of Earth is going to be positively empowering them, and this will be more peace and harmony throughout future lifetime experiences in other planets. This is getting back to balance. This is getting back to harmony. This is allowing other planet projects to continue on as they've wanted to explore. But when you had what you could lazily call bullies coming and destroying many projects of other collectives that are wanting to see and evolve naturally for their own experiments, for their own experiences, we are saying it is like many collectives have projects where they're wanting to enjoy different physical lifetimes, and then there is the problematics of other collectives coming in and not caring about the project and the plays that the experiments that other collectives have been working hard and diligently on. And so this is time for those collectives to grow and be responsible and considerate of other collectives' projects. This is important for you to trust and understand that all experiences are extremely purposeful and significant. And so we want to remind you that even though you can't see the significance of experiences of chaos, trust the ripple out experiences beyond Earth is profound. You must focus on this versus feeling so upset and offended and scared for the events occurring. The chaos is purposeful. The chaos is important for those souls to experience this. And while we understand some of you as support crew do not appreciate having to be part of this experience because it offends your soul at an emotional empathic rate, be supportive and not reactive would be our suggestion to you, and trust that you are guiding the way with love. You are cool-headed, calmly collected in your emotional range to show others how to process and to come together with unity, compassion, and love for all in the most chaos of times. This is significant, and you have been here for this, for the old earth experience, to help teach, help show other collectives who have not been inspired to evolve yet how it is to be a community, to be a collective with compassion and love for all, and to be of self-service to others versus service to self. We know we have confused you with this statement, but when you as a human are so compassionate to empower others and support others and protect others over your own self, that is what some collectives have not experienced yet. And so we see some of you wanting to save everyone, and we're saying some of those lessons are needed. And so just keep in mind, even though your agenda is pure love and compassion to help others, that could be disempowering them for their experience, and it could mean they have to have even more hardships to have that lesson and experience. So question yourself. Are you overdoing it and protecting others from their own journey and lessons? Or are you supporting them without protecting them from their own lessons and experience and potentially karmic contracts. We say it's hard when you see someone touching something hot. You can only warn them, this will burn you. And if they do it and experience it, you know that the experience is the lesson within itself. Don't be offended, even if you've warned them that this will hurt them and they still do it anyway. Still love them. Don't be offended. Don't feel rejected. Keep loving through. Keep loving them. There is much to be said about this. And this is why it's important for you to be able to have a stronger connection with us yourselves, to feel guided, and for us to show you. Some of you empaths just want to heal and protect the world from pain. And we're saying some of this pain is significant and extremely important. And you're here to love them through their pain. You can't protect them from that pain. That is your ego wanting them to stop growing. This growth is significant. This growth is significant. They've been triggered on purpose. Balance your emotional reactions. This is hard for the vehicle because she is experiencing you having experiences on the old earth, and it is dense. And so she is seeing into your reactions and responses of how much you're panicking while you're on the old earth as you're feeling all the pain. And we are saying that lowers your frequency vibrations. You're not there for that. You are there to be a beacon of high frequency vibrations, to accept all experiences and still be there, the ray of hope, the ray of empowerment, to be able to support these people while not protecting them from the pain, from these experiences of chaos. This feels very foreign and backward for those empaths that can't stand to see other people suffer. And we are saying you're not supposed to enjoy the suffering, but you're supposed to respect their suffering, because this is significant for future events. So get your tears out now. Get your fears out now. And practice being strong emotionally and physically. Because when you are in chaos, you can't lose yourselves. You have to be strong. You have to trust that your high frequency is extremely of significant value, not just for your own well-being, but for others. You cannot protect others. You cannot give others high frequency vibrations as such. You're training them to do this for themselves. You're training them and showing them that losing your emotional balance isn't helping. You're going to be trying to be effectively inspiring and encouraging others when they want to choose to lose their frequency, to choose to be emotionally overreactive. They will be, and that is fine. That is necessary for them to have complete breakdowns. But you having a complete breakdown with them is not helping them, because you need to just be observing them and encouraging them to be processing this, trusting this, and helping them overcome this, and identifying that they are not alone and that they are with others, and together as a team you can achieve anything. Unity at a conscious level is significant. This is what some collectives have not felt that they have been a part of by other collectives. And this is significant for all collectives to come together in chaos, to feel the love and respect of each other. And when you have healed, you can love and respect all. And so therefore you understand your purpose and significance of being here now. We encourage you and inspire you to process this, feel this, and heal this now. Because when you are in the time of chaos, you will need to be of service more than ever before. We say this with love. And you have trained for this, and you're well versed at this, and you're well prepared for this, and you're well qualified for this at a soul level. Never doubt who you are. And why you are here now. And when this is all complete and you reflect back on your choices at a soul level, you'll be completely pleased and satisfied that you were of service and purpose here, as per your life contract that you organized and honored. We say this with love.